The Awakening of the Chosen. Welcome you to the channel, The Awakening of the Chosen. I'm Gabriel. During the following several minutes of enlightenment, you, who are currently seeing this channel, will realize why you are here. This is not just a video. It is a special, private invitation for you, a chosen individual who has a deep-seated sense that something greater is out there just waiting to be discovered. We're going to talk about a possibility today that could be dormant, but is poised to awaken and transform its surroundings. At this point, you will be able to see the actual significance of being in harmony with your divine destiny, opening the door for blessings and miracles that were only awaiting the appropriate time to manifest. Consider the impact of realizing your own potential and living not simply existing, but directing your own course with confidence and clarity. Should you feel that you are meant for greatness, be ready to face and conquer any challenges that may arise. You do not want to postpone this kind of information. Now is the time for you. Together, let's discover what the universe has in store for you. Follow me through to the very end to see what's beyond your wildest expectations. In my opinion, your path is a collection of deep lessons that gradually became apparent, a series of encounters that, in a quiet way, molded your character and created a strong, long-lasting inner framework. Even when we don't instantly comprehend the aim, it's amazing to see how our own problems act as pillars supporting our development. How often have you wondered why you were forced to confront a challenge? The intriguing thing, however, is that these hardships fit together like jigsaw pieces to create a more complete picture of who we are. It is no accident that you are here. Knowing that we have been guided to this point by higher powers, even if we are not conscious of it, is a very remarkable experience. Take a minute to imagine what it would be like to hear the cosmos whispering out the path and direction you should take. Many people ponder if there is anything that directs us that is beyond of our senses, and it seems that there is, if we give it careful thought. When everything around us attempts to upset us, we sometimes feel as if an unseen force is pulling us and holding us steady. Examine yourself and consider how many times you felt like you couldn't overcome a challenge, but ultimately found strength. All of the experiences you had, in my opinion, were a necessary part of the preparation process. Life molds us for what is ahead, much as a blacksmith shapes metal with fire. The oddity is that the outcome is not immediately apparent in our situation. We often need some space in order to comprehend a situation completely. Are you prepared for a new chapter right now? Doesn't it sound poetic? In a sense, life leads us to pivotal times when we get a clearer perspective on things. At this point, the originally perplexing trajectory starts to make sense. Every event, every detail, and everything appears to have been setting you up for something far greater. These words you're hearing right now are more than just random phrases. They serve as a reminder that you are here for a reason, to observe, listen, and experience, because they have a vibration and a strong purpose. Even if we often don't understand why, the world has this amazing capacity to put us in the right location at the right moment. It is precisely at these times that we are urged to give ourselves permission to awaken, to look beyond the surface, and delve into the deeper aspects of ourselves. When I think about all of this, I see that the world works in a manner that is almost magical, sending the correct signals at the appropriate times. And it is obvious that you are prepared for big change just by the fact that you are here, right now, hearing these words. You are ready to accept, process, and allow this message to resonate inside you, which is why it has arrived. How often do we encounter difficulties for which we have no clue? The cosmos tells you today that everything happened for a reason, one that may be beyond our comprehension. We all seem to be linked by an unseen energy network, which provides us with perceptions, direction, and intuitions that help us navigate life. Not by accident, but as a result of a specific series of events, this same network got you to this exact moment. Isn't it incredible? Take a time to think about this. The cosmos could have chosen anybody to deliver this message, but it chose you. This has a profound significance that makes it abundantly evident that you are special and that your path is distinct. If what you hear strikes a chord with you, it's because your soul knows that these things are true. It's almost like a reunion, a reminder of something you've known all along but sometimes feel like you've forgotten. This is an opportunity to recall your worth, your purpose, and your strengths, and to get closer to yourself. And I have no doubt that the difficult path so far has equipped you for this time. Even in the face of obstacles we weren't sure we could overcome, there is an indescribable beauty in seeing how much we have grown. Give this some thought, and if it seems right, channel this energy. This is your chance to take a deliberate and determined step toward your future, and to let yourself be a part of this transformation. Your own journey is what makes you who you are. Please leave a comment if this resonates with you, or if it makes you feel anything. Other people that encounter difficulties, and perhaps want a reminder that they are not alone, might find inspiration in your story. My sincere appreciation to everyone who helped disseminate these messages of hope and courage. We can reach more people who need to hear this message, those who are going through difficult times and who can find hope in every word. Thanks to your support. Consider how many lives we can influence and how many souls we can awaken with this simple energy exchange. By endorsing this message, whether with a good thought, a remark, or a subscription, you join a community of people who are working together to create something bigger. Even when the video is over, let this message stay with you and let every word reverberate. Let this energy into your heart and permeate every single cell in your body. This is an appeal to those who understand their purpose, who know that there is more, who know that there is something that inspires them to keep going even when things seem hopeless. Welcome on this journey if you consider yourself one of the chosen, and remember that even in the face of uncertainty, a greater power is directing your every action. Every painful event, every tear, and every triumph you went through contributed to a larger scheme that shaped who you are. Consider all of your prior experiences as parts of a jigsaw that are only now starting to fit together to form a much more thorough and whole image. By thinking about this picture, you might start to see that hardships were never just barriers, but rather tools of transformation that helped you reach your bigger objective. It's normal to question why, in comparison to others, our trip seems more difficult or lonely. You've undoubtedly wondered a number of times why you were chosen to endure so much hardship while others seem to get away with it all. But that's exactly where this trip's charm resides. Even the most terrible adversity did not signify a sign of impotence or retribution, but rather prepared and fortified his soul. Each of them helped you develop into the strong, resilient person you are today, which served as the cornerstone of your life's mission. Even though you faced challenges to your commitment, patience, and faith along the path, you persevered. Something in you altered each time you conquered a problem. Overcoming the last challenge is really represented by this process of transformation. It's not just about conquering the obstacle. It's also about how you bounce back, how you fortify yourself, and how you develop into a more complete, profound, and true version of yourself. Every hardship seems to serve as a silent teacher, teaching lessons that are only fully comprehended after they are encountered. Verses 2 through 4 of James's first chapter exhort us to see every challenge as a chance to rejoice. This could appear a little conflicting at first, but when we think about it, it makes perfect sense. By forcing us to examine ourselves and confront our anxieties and vulnerabilities, these challenges help us find a strength we may not have even realized we had. Similar to how fire enhances gold, every challenge was an opportunity to become a more true and unwavering version of yourself by getting closer to your true self. What makes your trip special and significant is this process of strengthening. It wasn't only your triumphs that brought you this far. It was also every difficult moment you bravely endured. Every instant brought him closer to a higher purpose, something that transcends everyday objectives and the very nature of life. The fact that you have been summoned for the final test suggests that you have a big goal ahead of you. It's amazing how every degree of suffering and every prolonged period of quiet enhanced his spirit. You were able to attain a spiritual level that few can comprehend because to this accumulation of events. You may complete the purpose to which you were called by preparing yourself for the next step at this depth. You were destined for something special, and your journey is tangible evidence that perseverance and faith can turn even the most trying situations into a foundation of unmatched strength. If this speaks to you, leave a comment with your experiences, triumphs, and lessons learned. Ultimately, your journey is not limited to you. It acts as motivation for others who, like you, are overcoming obstacles and may want support to keep going. Your path was a gradual awakening, a painstaking preparation that reawakened the buried purpose within of you. Every challenge and terrible event shaped your personality and equipped you for this time when you fully understand the scope of your task. Because it transcends the limitations of daily existence and touches on the divine, it is not an ordinary work. With every victory, your light grew brighter, acquiring the knowledge and clarity that now directs you. You were fashioned like a priceless gem. This inner purpose is more than just a concept. It is a dynamic energy that engages with everything in its vicinity. In addition to integrating you, it engages with the universe to create a synergy that draws opportunities and blessings to you. Not only does this light lead and show the way for you, but it also draws and directs others who are fortunate enough to cross your path. Since your truth is already ingrained in you and is your own nature, you no longer need to look for it or struggle to find it. Verses 3 and 4 of chapter 5 discuss the value of perseverance and hardship, emphasizing that these experiences are what create an unbreakable character. This is your innate legacy, evidence that you possess a power that gives you a clear picture of your future and supports you no matter what. Every action you've taken has brought you to a place where you can now comprehend the causes of every hardship, every challenge, and every instance when you thought about quitting up. These experiences have all served as silent mentors, molding, fortifying, and preparing you to now thrive and radiate the light that has always been within of you. Achieving this level is more than just winning. It's the fulfillment of a spiritual purpose that transcends the material world. Now that you have woken, your purpose, your unveiled essence, will guide you on a road of significance and wealth. It seems as if all of the universe's energies come together to assist you, as though every element is aware of its role and prepared to walk with you. You not only go on this quest, but you also inspire others to find their own calling. Those who are still attempting to comprehend their own suffering and difficulties might use his path as a guide. Your goal's power is a force that opens doors, changes, and illuminates. Gaining a grasp of this ability gives you access to an endless supply of wealth. This wealth transcends the tangible. It shows itself as peace, opportunities, people, and situations that align with your path and energy. Because you realize that your path was not in vain, you are now in a position where you can receive what you deserve without hesitation. You are now ready to live your truth with courage, self-assurance, and the belief that you deserve every blessing the world has to offer, since every adversity, challenge, and step have led you to this moment. Please let me know how this journey has been for you in the comments section if these words speak to you. All of the challenges you have previously surmounted are outweighed by this mission that is now manifesting in you. Even though you may have felt alone on the road, every action you performed, choice you made, and obstacle you surmounted was an essential part of the planning that brought you to this point of purpose and clarity. You may not have been aware of the internal power you have developed as a result of your trip, but it now vibrates strongly and connects you to a higher energy source. You've changed since you first began. Your essence as a gifted artisan creating a one-of-a-kind object was refined by the journey, which transformed you. Today, your mission is in harmony with the energy of the universe and vibrates in every cell of your being, making it a natural path to wealth and light, as well as a guidance. The universe appears to have planted subtle seeds of resilience and wisdom in you along the way. You may express a whole reality that is in harmony with your nature by allowing these seeds to sprout when you become aware of your mission. When you awaken this purpose, You understand that it is no longer about conquering barriers or enduring hardships. You are here now to thrive, to shine your light, to reveal to the world the strong, real person you have grown into. This refining process has given you an unbreakable luster and strength, like gold that has been burned. Your conviction is what propels you onward with calm confidence and a feeling of belonging to the larger whole. You no longer need to seek for outside confirmation for your worth or purpose. Every action you do from now on is evidence of your awakening and a tangible expression of your reality. Old limitations no longer apply to you, and as you become more aware of your own strength, the doubts that formerly plagued you have gone. You possess a sense that transcends appearances and links you to a more profound reality, as well as knowledge that transcends the earthly world. As you continue on this path, see how your confidence, brightness, and purpose resonate with others around you. People on their own journeys of self-discovery and transformation may often find inspiration, healing, and motivation in your presence. Beyond the individual realm, your goal serves as a guide for others, an opportunity to motivate change, and a catalyst for the potential of those who remain in search of solutions. You are now a force for change and a contributor to the creation of a more aware and enlightened world. Therefore, as you go forward, remember that your mission is more than just an aim or goal. It is your truest self. You may attract chances, people, and circumstances that align with your goal by living this truth, which will inspire all the powers of the universe to work in your favor. Knowing that you deserve all the wealth, love, and joy this path has to give, you should embrace all the universe has to offer and go on securely. Please explain in the comments what this mission means to you if you feel that this is your calling and that there is a strong purpose at every turn. We are strengthened, brought together, and reminded that we are all a part of a network of change and purpose by this sharing of experiences. He was prepared for the next phase of his profession by this genuine introduction, which was more than just a test. Consider it a kind of rebirth, a moment when all the previous layers of doubt and limitations have been lifted, revealing a stronger, more conscious, and more in-tune version of yourself. The transformation you've gone through is comparable to a butterfly's transformation. You have gone through difficult times before you are finally ready to spread your wings and fly in the direction of what the universe has in store for you, just as she passes through the darkness of the cocoon to change into a new creature. The world seems to be patiently awaiting the time when you are prepared to accept your greatest potential. Every step, every obstacle, and every lesson prepared you to now welcome the benefits and possibilities that lie ahead with an open heart. You may attain more success because of this new energy and the higher frequency you are in. You are not only transitioning into a new phase, rather, you are arriving at a condition of harmony with the ultimate goal, when everything unfolds organically and the paths seem to open up before you. This process of refinement, going through fire and water before being led to a location of abundance, is discussed in Psalm 66:10-12. This is the exact path that has brought him to this moment. This fire stands for hardship, suffering, and times when everything appeared to test your faith and fortitude. After all of these trials, you have finally arrived to rich soil, where your hard work and devotion will finally pay off. The universe has positioned you here to thrive, so that you may fully express who you are without fear or limitations. Consider the amount of strength needed to get here. In reality, you were strengthening your foundations by conquering your resistance, creating a sturdy base upon which to build the gifts that are about to arrive. At this point, you realize that all of the suffering, uncertainty, and restless nights weren't in vain. All of this was a part of a bigger initiative that, while difficult to comprehend at first, now makes perfect sense. Now is the time to look back with appreciation rather than regret, knowing that every obstacle served as a training ground for the person you are today. The weight of doubt or regret does not have to be carried any longer. Every challenge he conquered helped to strengthen, cleanse, and enlighten him. You may now walk lightly because you know that the universe has supported and will continue to support all of your actions. You feel as if an unseen hand is guiding you, knowing precisely what you need to do to grow and discover your actual self. This is a period of peace and acceptance when you understand that the universe was testing you to maximize your potential rather than limit it. Every negative experience has helped you gain the inner strength and self-assurance you need to go forth fearlessly, ready to embrace what is ahead with an open heart. Your life was ordained for a time of wealth and fulfillment, and every phase of your trip is precisely in line with the one that brought you to this moment. Please share your experience in the comments if you believe that this transition is also a part of your trajectory. Ultimately, this trip serves as an inspiration to all of us, and its narrative may assist those who are still struggling in realizing that everything has a reason and that there is always light at the end of the road. In actuality, this realization of inner power signifies a return to your purest self, a reunion with the energy that was always there, but was enhanced and made visible by your experiences. At the peak of this transformation, you may access a power that is timeless, deep, and invaluable, since every moment of sorrow and every challenge you have faced have molded your spirit and strengthened every aspect of you. This power, which is a representation of your divine existence and that eternal spark that binds you to something far higher, never goes away or is impacted by other factors. The fact that you were able to overcome what seemed to be insurmountable and find both survival and rejuvenation is nearly hallowed. According to Corinthians 4:16-18, our inner selves, or real essence, are always being renewed, even if outward manifestations may wane. The wonder of inner power is that it transcends the fleeting and reaches a state of energy and awareness that continues to grow, expand, and illuminate no matter what happens in your environment. Its core appears to be regenerated and given even more depth with every new challenge surmounted. You may now intentionally and deliberately use this power. At this point, you understand that you are influencing life with the energy that flows through you rather than responding to it. Consider the impact of each idea, statement, and deed you do while in this awakened condition. You are the master of your own energy, not just a person who has encountered challenges. Your presence, now infused with this new vitality, has a subtle but profound effect on everything and everyone around you, and your goals have transformed into tools of creation. Your creative potential, or the ability to change and express what speaks to your deepest purpose, is another aspect of this inner force. Imagine yourself as an artist who, with knowledge and understanding, molds every aspect of your life, turning hopes and goals into something real. Your actions now reflect the noble purpose and mission that live inside you, rather than being motivated by petty emotions or wants. By doing this, you not only influence your own life, but also inspire those around you to tap into their own creative potential and explore this inner power. This awakening is beautiful because it links you to the core of your own existence and releases you from outside constraints. You start to see that your path is ultimately an expression of your own light and truth. At this point, you have the ability to create your own destiny by turning the hidden into the visible, potential into actuality, and desire into action. Because you link yourself with the divine purpose that has brought you to this point, experiencing this reality is both a sacred task and a powerful gift. Take note of how every aspect of your life starts to reflect this new understanding as you watch yourself in this moment of waking. Your decisions, the relationships you build, and the experiences you have all become in harmony with this altered energy. This is the energy that permeates and transforms everything around you, giving your path and everyone who has the chance to join you illumination, clarity, and regeneration. It is the power of your inner strength and purpose. If the idea of inner power appeals to you, or if you have already had this epiphany, please share in the comments how it has affected your life and choices. This inner strength, which you are now starting to recognize and use, is more than just an internal force. It is an energy that resonates in harmony with the universe and a profound connection to your actual self. Consider the impact of this heightened consciousness on all facets of your life. It not only alters your perspective on life, but it also makes you live it more fully and authentically. Everything that was before out of reach starts to become closer. Opportunities present themselves, answers appear, and even challenges seem to take on new significance. You have complete control over your future and can now safely and clearly steer it instead of being at the mercy of the winds. Intense serenity is another benefit of this inner force. Making a connection with this energy source helps you realize that true security comes from inside, not from the outside. You know that there is an internal equilibrium that no one can upset. Therefore, it doesn't matter what occurs around you. This is the kind of peace that endures despite difficulties, because it is based on the conviction that any problem can be conquered. You may live fearlessly in this peace, free from the weight of the past and the worries of the future. Being able to fully trust this inner strength is a liberating experience. You start to see life differently, realizing that every action, every interaction, and every challenge are opportunities to express and amplify that power. This is an ongoing process of self-discovery and progress, where every encounter offers a chance to learn more about your true self. You are now in a position to make wise choices and mold your reality according to your core beliefs. Your presence now carries a transforming force that affects everyone around you as well. As yourself, people start to notice that you've changed. You appear to have a brightness that comes from inside and a calm confidence. This brightness is the true manifestation of your honesty. It is neither a front nor a ploy. It seems like your spirit has come to light and is free to express itself without worrying about limitations or condemnation. This is the ability to live authentically and be who you are at all times. As you advance, you come to understand that this inner strength may also be used to heal. It removes long-standing wounds, calms anxieties, and reawakens an unwavering love for oneself. You can now accept anything with empathy and understanding, regardless of what has happened in the past. Your connection with the world and yourself is altered by this acceptance, which creates a loving and peaceful atmosphere where there was once doubt and misery. You may look at yourself and instantly see that you are someone who deserves all the love and wealth the world has to offer. Additionally, when you connect with your essence, your intuition will grow more strong and clear, and this strength will push you to live in line with it. You start to realize that the solutions you sought outside were always found inside. Your intuition, that sensitive, perceptive voice, seems like a secure guide, pointing the way with a precision that only becomes apparent when we are in harmony with ourselves. It seems like a new kind of knowledge is emerging, a more profound comprehension of matters that go beyond reason and touch the soul. You become a true co-creator of your world because of this inner power and commitment to your own truth. Your thoughts, actions, and intentions are now infused with creative energy that transforms the environment around you, so you are no longer passive in the face of adversity. You become the main character in your own life, able to mold life to fit your inner purpose. The opportunity to live with knowledge, love, and purpose is a gift that comes with this awakening. Leave a comment below explaining how this altered your perspective and your way of life, whether you have already gone through this transformation, connected to your inner strength, or are searching for it. Remind yourself that by sharing your stories, you may inspire others to find their inner strength. Finding our own light illuminates the path for others who are still seeking their own answers, which is the beauty of a spiritual journey. Acknowledging the plenty inherent in every aspect of life is the foundation of adopting an abundant viewpoint. Abundance is a mindset, a way of looking at the world with generosity, and an awareness that the cosmos is vast and that there is always enough for everyone. It goes beyond having tangible possessions. With this new perspective, you see that every event has limitless potential and that life offers innumerable chances. This shift in viewpoint is transforming. By choosing to perceive plenty in everything around you, rather than dwelling on what is lacking, you alter your energy and increase the things that you attract. The growth of gifts in your life is fueled by this abundant mindset, which leaves you feeling always grateful. Gratitude becomes a dynamic loop in which every act of appreciation draws in more generosity and opportunities. By learning to appreciate every moment, from the smallest to the most important, you send a clear message to the universe. I am prepared to receive more. Its energy field becomes more intense with each modest act of appreciation, turning it into an attraction to anything that resonates with its deepest wishes. An inner calm that shows up in every aspect of your life is produced by this feeling of satisfaction. A life full of chances begins when this abundant attitude is developed. As if they were waiting to come into your life until you were ready to accept them, opportunities come to you out of the blue. By adopting this viewpoint, you see that there is always enough, that the cosmos is giving, and that rather than vying for resources, it exists in a setting of perpetual production where wealth is available and distributed. Life starts to react when you really adopt this viewpoint. You see an increasing synchronicity, fast-solving issues, unexpected meetings with fresh perspectives, and possibilities that appear to have been made just for you. It is the result of the energy you are emitting, not just happenstance. This prosperous state draws everything necessary for its growth and well-being, functioning as a beacon. A harmonic flow of growth and satisfaction is created when the proper people, resources, and situations start to revolve around them. Being free of the fear of lack is one of the biggest advantages of having an abundant attitude. A life where every step is done securely and objectively replaces worry and uneasiness when you believe that there is always more than enough for each other. A lighter existence is made possible by this disassociation from previous anxieties, as one is conscious that the cosmos is always supplying and sustaining one's path. Your energy is enhanced and transformed into a genuine conductor of blessings by this sensation of assurance and confidence. This abundant attitude benefits others around you as well as yourself. People are inspired by your presence. They sense that you are calm and giving, and they are drawn to your great energy. His personal pursuit of a successful existence serves as an example, proving that coexisting with the cosmos and taking use of its abundance is possible. You turn into a beacon of success and motivation, showing people that it is possible to live a life filled with thankfulness, satisfaction, and trust. You begin living a life of generosity when you see that there is plenty for everyone in the world. This generosity is a natural expression of thankfulness and appreciation for life rather than a sacrifice. Dividing your time, attention, or resources helps you better connect with this limitless source of wealth, keeping in mind that real riches comes from being able to recognize and increase what is worth. Sharing turns becomes a means of restating its dedication to success, and each act of kindness enhances its own area of wealth. Consequently, developing an attitude of wealth is a potent act of transformation. It alters your perception, boosts your vitality, and allows you to coexist peacefully with the universe's natural flow. It's not about waiting for anything to happen. Rather, it's about developing an attitude of thankfulness and openness all the time, which draws in all you need and want. Living in a condition of complete acceptance and thankfulness allows you to look beyond limitations and have faith in the universe's generosity. If your life has been affected by this abundant mindset, or whether you have been working to make it better, we all have the opportunity to be inspired and to deepen our connection to the limitless potential that life bestows upon us via this exchange of experiences. Gratitude is a powerful tool for living a more fulfilled life, and practicing it makes it evident that it is a mental state that profoundly alters one's reality, rather than only a passing feeling. Even in the face of hardship, choosing to be grateful really raises your vibration and allows your good energy to grow and spread. This deliberate choice does not mean that you disregard challenges. Rather, it means that you embrace them and choose to confront them with optimism and resilience, knowing that doing so will draw more good things into your life. By choosing to be thankful every day and to focus on the good things in life, you may align yourself with the universe's natural flow, which is one of harmony and wealth. You become a genuine recipient of events and gifts that reverberate at this high frequency, and every act of thankfulness validates their value, It seems that the universe is paying attention to its appreciation, and in return, creates possibilities for greater generosity to enter your life, bringing more opportunity, love, and tranquility into every area. Your well-being is not the only benefit of cultivating good energy. It spreads and impacts everyone in its vicinity. Consider the power of a genuine smile, a kind word, or an unexpected act of kindness. These are simple yet powerful expressions of your gratitude for life and your good energy. Everyone around you was inspired to live in a condition of thankfulness and hope by the light you exude. It's as if you were a torch, illuminating not only your path, but also the paths of all who pass it. Being grateful is more than just a habit. It becomes a way of life, a regularity in daily existence, and a continual reminder that there is always something to be thankful for. Even during difficult circumstances, thankfulness helps turn setbacks into opportunities for growth and education. You start to see hidden lessons, opportunities to improve your knowledge, increase your resilience, and widen your perspective on life when you approach a difficulty with thankfulness. This internal transformation is what really makes a difference, since it teaches you how to handle life's ups and downs with a calmness that few people can attain. Getting this good energy and practicing appreciation does not mean that you will never have troubles. Rather, it means that you have a strong tool to handle them in a more balanced and kind manner. Your heart becomes more sensitive to the beauty of the present when you cultivate an attitude of thankfulness every day. You get an appreciation for the little things that provide a special depth to your life, yet are sometimes overlooked. At the same time, you are cultivating an endless supply of good energy by expressing thanks. The allure of thankfulness lies in its transformational power. It alters your perspective on life, how you handle difficulties, and how you interact with others around you. More positive energy is drawn to its presence by this wonderful frequency. You start to see that you discover more reasons to be grateful the more it demonstrates appreciation. This positive loop makes you more appealing to chances, motivating individuals, and enriching experiences that give your path even more significance. Consider the impact this thankfulness practice will have on your life and the lives of others you care about. Consider how much we can alter our surroundings just by embracing an attitude of genuine thankfulness, acknowledging the benefits we get, and expressing genuine appreciation for what we have. This way of thinking not only uplifts our spirits, but also inspires others to follow in our footsteps, creating a positive feedback loop that spreads and creates waves of joy and happiness. Therefore, gratitude is more than just a fleeting emotion. It is a force that shapes your reality, a habit that opens your heart, and a gradual transformation that turns you into a source of inspiration and light. If this thankfulness and good energy practice resonates with you, share how it has affected your life in the comments below. Ultimately, these little encounters may inspire others to embrace thankfulness, as well as to live with more presence, contentment, and purpose. Believing in divine time is an act of faith that inspires us to follow the rhythm of the universe and transcends the need for control. It's about realizing that not everything is within our direct control, and that often, what seems like a delay or departure is really a necessary component of the bigger picture that the world has created for us. This hope, which often annoys us, is an opportunity to strengthen our faith, develop patience, and be receptive to possibilities beyond what we previously believed to be possible. You choose to give up worry and fear by believing in divine time, which allows life to unfold more organically. Instead of being a sign of inactivity, this surrender is an active delivery, a declaration of confidence that the cosmos is always striving for its highest benefit. Every waiting period and every seeming deviance becomes a prelude to something we may not fully comprehend just yet, but we know it is happening flawlessly. When we are in this condition of surrender, we are able to see the situation differently and recognize the signals, teachings, and lessons that come up along the way. The feeling of urgency vanishes when you begin to trust divine time. You understand that what really belongs to you, what aligns with your purpose and essence, will find its way to you when it's time. Since you are no longer preoccupied with time and are committed to life's natural progression, this realization brings about a profound sense of calm. The difficulties that earlier would have frustrated you are now seen as little changes that help you reach what is really essential to you. Your perspective on challenges is likewise altered by your belief in the heavenly dimension. You start to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow, broaden your viewpoint, and boost your self-confidence rather than feeling demotivated. Life seems to be molding your spirit into something greater so that you are really prepared to accept the rewards that are coming your way. It is strengthened, enlightened, and more conscious of its inner power as a result of this difficult but necessary polishing process. Therefore, having confidence in divine time is an active act of faith. It is a daily decision to be open to what life has to give, free from fear and worry, but with a sense of peace that comes from knowing that everything is going according to plan. It starts to realize that every action, even seemingly pointless ones, served as a prelude to the current situation. Knowing that the cosmos is keeping an eye on every detail, even the ones you can't see, allows you to unwind. You are also freed from the desire to compare yourself to others by this deliverance to divine time. Everybody is traveling in a different way, and everyone has their own rhythm. You may escape the pressure to keep up with society's or other people's expectations by realizing that your path is distinct and that your experiences are unfolding in accordance with the divine plan. You start to appreciate your own time because you know it's best for you, which lets your growth happen more naturally and fully. Because it places your magnetism in a receptive state, open to the universe's offerings, this confidence in the wider plane is one of the most important factors in activating it. By letting go of your desire for control, you let the world work in your favor and draw opportunities, people, and situations that are consistent with your actual self. This self-assurance transforms your energy, bringing forth an enticing calm and contentment. If you are learning to practice this delivery, or have already experienced the beauty of relying in divine timing, please share in the comments how this experience has impacted your life. Self-confidence is, after all, one of the most potent forms of self-expression, and their stories may inspire others to see the bigger picture that the universe has in store for every one of us. A big step in living a full and balanced life is realizing and appreciating its own significance. It's normal to be unsettled by doubts or to compare ourselves to others along our journey, which keeps us from perceiving our own light. On the other hand, acknowledging your worth lets the world know that you are ready to accept what you have to give. This acceptance is a direct link to its core, an acceptance of its own self that transcends simple self-confidence. When you acknowledge that you are worthy of love, happiness, and possibilities, you begin to create a life that reflects these values. Changing your self-perception and self-care practices is another aspect of accepting your own worth. Consider yourself the guardian of your own health, treating yourself with the same love and care that you would show someone you care deeply about. You confirm your worth and dignity with each choice you make. You choose an attitude of respect and self-love instead of harsh judgment. This does not mean ignoring areas that need improvement. Rather, it means letting progress occur in a friendly and honest manner without demanding perfection or outside norms. Your energy changes as you begin to enjoy yourself in this manner. You start to be more authentic, and sincerity spreads like a magnetic field, drawing in people and situations that share this new frequency. Life starts to respond favorably, and you see that relationships gain significance, chances arise more often, and their path starts to line up with your objective. All facets of your life are transformed by this genuine self-confidence that comes from accepting who you really are, unlocking doors that previously seemed impenetrable. Acknowledging one's own worth is also a compassionate effort. You create a safe space for your own development by expressing regret for previous mistakes, acknowledging little triumphs, and letting yourself develop at your own speed. You become less reliant on outside affirmation and become more connected to what is really valuable. This self-love creates strong foundations that help it expand during times of growth and sustain it during difficult times. Every step you take serves to reaffirm that it deserves all the wealth the universe has to offer. Your magnetism increases as a result of this self-acceptance when you start acting on merit rather than need. Give up searching for what is already within. Your outlook on life is altered by this realization, which also makes it possible for you to securely and properly communicate your objectives. By acknowledging its worth, you invite the universe to react similarly, bringing about circumstances, people, and experiences that reflect this understanding. This self-acceptance process is an ongoing endeavor. It is a process that is built with each thought, choice, and act of self-love, rather than an immediate accomplishment. Consider how this could impact your life. You become a live reflection of whatever you want to attract by undergoing this internal metamorphosis. As you realize that your path is distinct and that the universe reacts to your sincerity, doubts and comparisons fade. Releasing oneself from the expectations of others may also be achieved by accepting one's own worth. You realize that genuine pleasure comes from accepting who you are at your core, and that you don't have to live up to expectations. The ability to be who you really are is one of the most priceless gifts you can give yourself. You set an example for others by behaving in this manner, demonstrating that genuine strength comes from self-worth and honesty. Receiving with an open heart is a strong declaration that you believe you deserve and are prepared to receive the gifts that the world has to give. It goes beyond just accepting what is put in front of you. Because it compels us to recognize and acknowledge our value, this act of receiving is fundamentally brittle. Unaware of it, we often break this flow when we question our own skills or think we may not be prepared for what we want quite yet. But now is the moment to set aside these doubts and fully, with open arms, give birth to the richness that lies ahead of you. Receiving is a proactive act of self-worth and confidence. You are telling the world that you believe you are deserving of all of this when you let wonderful things into your life, whether they be opportunities, relationships, happiness, or wealth. Making this first gesture shows that you are ready to serve as the conduit for plenty. You create a magnetic field of reciprocity when you accept each blessing with thankfulness and joy, where giving and receiving become a continuous, happy dance. Imagine that your life is a rich field where the benefits you've been given continue to grow and increase, feeding not just you, but also everyone around you. This abundant energy grows inside you as you give yourself permission to accept, spreading to others around you and inspiring others to be receptive to their own benefits. Every act of receiving turns into an invitation for others to get what they are due, creating a positive and enlarging energy cycle. In the end, this receiving-returning cycle is an expression of the universe's inherent flow. We can see the perfect balance between what nature provides and receives all around us, such as the ocean's ability to absorb and return waves, and the tree's ability to absorb sunshine and produce fruit. By giving yourself permission to receive, you become a conscious participant in this cycle of success and blend into this global rhythm. Since it permits the growth and continuous flow of the energy of creation, this act of receiving is really a gift to the cosmos. By accepting the benefits that come your way, you keep in mind that the universe is infinitely generous and that you are not stealing anything from anybody. Accepting is a sign of confidence in the universe's abundance and capacity to continuously and completely provide for everyone's needs. Just as there are no limitations on what you may get, there are also no limitations on what you can give. When you accept something with appreciation, you strengthen the idea that you are in harmony with this wealth, which makes it possible for it to manifest itself in your life even more freely. Receiving is another way to practice appreciation. The circle of reciprocity and thankfulness is heightened with each benefit that is accepted with an open heart. Having a grateful mindset boosts your energy, raising your vibrational frequency and drawing more good things into your life. You may show the universe that you are prepared to embrace every gift he throws in your path by receiving with delight and setting an example of how to live in sync with the divine flow. Its sense of worth is further enhanced by the practice of receiving with the receptive heart. The realization that you deserve all the nice things life has to offer becomes stronger the more you let blessings into your life. In addition to altering one's connection with oneself, this self-perception also influences how others see one. It starts to understand that everyone has the same capacity to embrace success, which is present everywhere. This fresh perspective improves your life and helps you understand the universe's purpose. If this feeling of opening to receive has already happened to you, share how it changed your perspective in the comments section. Perhaps her life has been made richer and more full by letting herself welcome. Their stories may inspire others to be receptive to the fullness of the cosmos. We are reminded by this exchange of experiences that we are all linked and share the same river of love and success. One of the most priceless presents you can give is the belief in life's natural progression. You become aware of a much more powerful force is guiding your path when you learn to relinquish control and separate yourself from the outcomes. This confidence does not mean inactivity. Rather, it calls for courage to act in accordance with its goals and then let the universe handle the rest. Our urge to be in charge of everything and to foresee every detail often leads to our problems. But real magic happens when we let life take us by surprise and have faith that everything will work itself out in due time. This detached mindset is not a sign of apathy, but rather of wisdom that recognizes that what is rightfully yours will find a way. It's similar like tossing a leaf into a river and following its course without attempting to predict where it will end up. This delivery is difficult, particularly in a society that pushes us to seek for outcomes and assurances right away. However, the feeling of calm that comes from being swept along with the flow is indescribable. It understands that life always provides what is suitable at the proper moment. Therefore, it is not required to have all the solutions. Because it creates a sense of acceptance, this self-confidence alters its experience. You give the universe permission to provide chances, people, and experiences that resonate with its actual essence when you give up the demand for control. You become a magnet for all that is naturally yours by letting go of your worries and doubts. As a result, your energy stops being focused on generating barriers and starts to flow, drawing to you what is naturally in alignment with your path. Being present in the now, free from the stress of attempting to predict or control the future, is another aspect of living in detachment. It starts to recognize that life happens in the here and now, and that every instant offers a different chance. You may live life fully in this condition of receptivity, taking in events, growing from them, and evolving free from external pressure. Detachment turns into freedom, an encouragement to live a lighter life, and an acknowledgement that the best gifts the world can provide are often unexpected. Additionally, detachment strengthens the bond with its own viewpoint. You become more sensitive to life's signals, those fleeting moments of intuition that tell you what to do next. When you let go of the urge for control, your choices start to reflect this inner knowledge as you become more in tune with your own soul. Often suppressed by the need for control, intuition becomes stronger and becomes its greatest guide, showing the path with a precision that reason cannot match. This self-love act is the ability to trust and submit. By allowing things to unfold naturally, you acknowledge that you deserve a peaceful existence free from the continual urge to control circumstances. Rather, you start to feel the joy of being in harmony with life's flow, knowing that what is rightfully yours will eventually find its way. This belief creates unwavering peace since it is founded on an internal assurance that everything is going according to plan rather than on external events. Allowing life to lead you rather than resisting it creates a world of possibilities where you may be who you really are without having to mold or change all the time to fit in with expectations. By investing confidence, you gain freedom, and in doing so, find a new way of seeing the world and a way of living where contentment, peace, and success come easily. Being grateful is more than just saying thank you sometimes. It's a mindset that raises one's consciousness to a higher level. You start to see the world from an abundant perspective when you make thankfulness a habit. This feeling is more powerful than words and alters its own vibrational frequency, Its vibration is raised by gratitude, which aligns it with the frequency of abundance and well-being. This makes you a real magnet for life's positive aspects. A growth cycle is produced by this method. You will become more aware that you have reasons to be grateful the more you show it. As we practice thankfulness, it becomes stronger and more intense than other feelings that might wane over time. It gives you a sense of happiness that is connected to acknowledging the gifts that are already there in your life, rather than to outside events. Instead of letting fleeting hardships distract you, this inner feeling of thankfulness allows you to concentrate on what is really important. In fact, expressing appreciation strengthens your faith in the universe. It's similar to saying, "I'm sure everything I need to come to me in the right time." This assurance is the cornerstone of a peaceful existence because it lifts the weight of worries and aligns it with the divine flow. Even when the water seems to be raging, gratitude serves as an anchor that maintains it strong. It reminds you that there is always something to appreciate, something to learn, and something to be grateful for, no matter what. Its intensity and magnetism are heightened with each moment of thankfulness. Positive events, people, and situations that enhance their path are drawn to them by this attraction. The experience of life is actually altered by gratitude. It offers clarity that illuminates the path to its ultimate objective, making it easier to understand what it really values and wants to communicate. You discover that life is full of little miracles that were previously invisible when you begin to see every moment as an opportunity to express gratitude. Additionally, this practice of gratitude makes you more resilient to setbacks. By deciding to concentrate on the good, you put the difficulties in perspective rather than ignoring them. By reminding you that you are still lucky in many ways, gratitude serves as a remedy against negativity and anxiety. Being grateful makes it easier to deal with the challenging times and turns you into a beacon that lifts you out of obscurity. Therefore, cultivating thankfulness is a tool for life change. It facilitates the appreciation of beauty in the most fundamental experiences, the recognition of love in everyday encounters, and the sense of worth in the smallest things. Feelings of inadequacy or discontent have no place when thankfulness becomes a habit. As an alternative, you start to feel content and at ease, knowing that the world is always working in your favor. Make thankfulness your compass. It will see that the path grows softer, brighter, and full of new opportunities as it becomes a part of its everyday routine. The power of thankfulness lies in its ability to change not just you, but the whole environment around you. It creates a positive feedback loop that becomes bigger with every action, thought, and expression of appreciation. The sensation of eventually reaching complete harmony with what you came to do is living in touch with your divine mission. This moment of deep tuning was prepared for by his whole journey so far, including his setbacks, lessons learned, and triumphs. Now every choice you make and every action you do is entirely in line with a greater purpose, one that transcends the material world and reaches the spiritual realm. When you let your essence express itself freely, this alignment happens spontaneously and doesn't involve any effort. All of his pathways appear to have suddenly guided him to the right place. Living with this objective gives you a sense of peace that is hard to put into words. This calmness, which is founded on the belief that it is being guided by a higher power, is not ephemeral. You get constant support from this link, and you really understand that you are not alone. This harmony is reflected in all of your words, deeds, and thoughts, as if you are being moved by a knowledge that is greater than human comprehension. A life where everything appears to fit and make sense, where you feel supported by the universe, is the epitome of living with purpose. Your viewpoint becomes more clear as a result of this alignment. You know that you are on the path that has been prearranged for you, so you no longer feel lost. A sense of certainty and security replaces your uncertainties and fears. This clarity functions as a light that lights your path, showing you what is really significant and leading you with care. Because your concentration is on something greater that transcends everyday worries and ties you to a deep life purpose, you don't spend time on things that are ephemeral or trivial. You become an inspirational person when you live in harmony with your mission. Everyone who has the opportunity to come into contact with you is impacted when you dedicate yourself to your cause. Your presence is changed just by being who you are, not by doing certain things. His example is a reminder that living a daring and real life is possible, that one may follow their inner calling, and that they can find true pleasure along the road. The light you give out turns into a beacon that lights up not only your life, but also the lives of those who are looking for their own meaning. There is a sense of total fulfillment in this harmonious condition. You understand that you are making a significant and distinctive contribution to the world by living in accordance with your mission. Your reality is altered by your sincerity, which is reflected in every statement, attitude, and choice you make. He no longer lives for himself. Instead, you live for the benefit of everyone, for the growth and prosperity of those around you. Your views are broadened by this feeling of purpose, which links you to something far bigger than your personal past. You may actively affect the change the world sorely needs by living in harmony with your divine mission. Your energy contributes to elevating the frequency around you, and your life becomes the mirror of the change you want. Your own life serves as the message and an example that it is possible to live a purposeful and peaceful existence, negating the need for lofty speeches or the pursuit of fame. The true beauty of life with purpose is that it is a journey that is quiet but profound, changing lives just by your presence. The sense that every day has purpose and that every encounter, no matter how tiny, has a purpose, is brought about by this alignment. You start to realize the intricacy of seemingly straightforward decisions, interactions, and unplanned encounters. Everything turns into an opportunity to live authentically and honorably, to promote love and compassion, and to actualize your mission. Your life becomes a holy experience when you are in heightened awareness, where you feel supported and directed at every turn. In the end, living in harmony with your purpose is knowing that you are just where you should be, and that everything that happens is a part of a bigger plan,